6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister inaugurated state-of-the-art facilities at Rawalpindi Institute of Urology and Transplantation Hospital today. Shehbaz Sharif and Foreign Minister discuss overall political situation of the country. Minister for Economic Affairs says Pakistan looks forward to explore true potential of bilateral cooperation with Iran. Saudi ambassador says his government will provide all possible cooperation to Pakistani pilgrims during Hajj this year. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly denounced the imposition of curfew-like situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir for the upcoming G20 event in Srinagar. China has shown willingness to help facilitate peace talks between Israel and Palestine. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has commended the coalition parties for their mutual cooperation in tackling the daunting challenges during the 1 year in government. Chairing a meeting of coalition parties in Islamabad today, he said, the coalition government has successfully completed 1 year. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif formally inaugurated various services for the patients at Urology Department of Rawalpindi Institute of Urology and Transplantation Hospital. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister appreciated the efforts of Secretary Health, Vice Chancellor and management of the hospital for timely completion of the project and ensuring state-of-the-art health facilities for the patients. Expressing regret over the steps taken by former Chief Justice Saqib Nisar and PTI Chairman to undermine the Health Department, the Prime Minister categorically said that no one would be allowed to do politics over health and education. He also urged all the segments of the society, including political parties, to stay united to serve the humanity. The Prime Minister visited various wards of the hospital and also inspected the facilities provided at different units. He also interacted with the patients and inquired about their health and facilities that they are availing at the hospital. Earlier, the Prime Minister was briefed that the facility contains the capacity of 255 beds. It was informed that the deadline of the project was set as June 2024, while the management plans to complete it within this year. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has called on Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Islamabad today. During the meeting, overall political situation of the country was discussed in detail. The Foreign Minister briefed the Prime Minister regarding affairs of his ministry. The National Assembly was informed today that efforts are being made to explore new markets for manpower export. Responding to a calling attention notice, Parliamentary Secretary for Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resource Development, Agha Rafiullah, told the House that agreements with different countries are in the pipeline to enhance the manpower export. The Parliamentary Secretary said that the Protectorate of Immigration Offices will also be established in major cities, including Sakhar, Bannu and Gilgit-Baltistan. Taking the floor, Parliamentary Secretary for Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resource Development, Agha Rafiullah, said that a proper mechanism should be put in place to ensure appointment of judges on merit. He said a reference should also be filed seeking clarification as if the Chief Ministers can dissolve assemblies without citing any reason at the whims of one person. Later, the House was adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 12 noon. Chairman Senate Muhammad Sadiq Sanjarani has summoned session of the Upper House at the Parliament House in Islamabad at 2 afternoon tomorrow. Besides legislative business, the House is likely to take up matters of national and international importance. President Dr. Arif Alvi has expressed condolences with the families of the Pakistan Army personnel who were martyred in South Waziristan on Saturday last. The President held a telephonic conversation with brothers of Lance Naik Shoaib Ali and Sipoy Rafiullah and paid tribute to the martyrs for their sacrifices and services for the country. This is Radio Pakistan. Speaker of National Assembly Raja Parvez Ashraf inaugurated an exhibition of rare manuscripts of the Holy Quran at the Parliament House in Islamabad today in connection with the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Constitution. It has been organized by Iran-Pakistan Persian Research Center and the Iranian Cultural Consulate. Speaking on the occasion, the speaker said organizing the exhibition on the 27th Ramadan is highly appreciable. He said Pakistan's constitution is fully harmonized with Quran and Sunnah. Minister for Economic Affairs Sardar Ayaz Sadiq says Pakistan looks forward to exploring the true potential of bilateral cooperation with Iran. He was talking to outgoing ambassador of Iran to Pakistan, Syed Muhammad Ali Hussaini, who paid a farewell call on him in Islamabad today. Both sides agreed to maintain close contacts to ensure the continued progress of the economic cooperation between the two brotherly countries. Ayaz Sadiq expressed his gratitude to Ambassador Hussaini for his dedicated services to strengthen the economic ties between Pakistan and Iran. Saudi Ambassador to Pakistan Nawaf bin Said Al Maliki called on newly appointed Minister for Religious Affairs Senator Talha Mahmood in Islamabad today and congratulated him on assuming the charge of the ministry. The Saudi ambassador expressed the hope that Pak-Saudi relations will continue to thrive under the patronage of the new minister and a new era of cooperation will begin. During the meeting, arrangements for Hajj, Road to Makkah project and other issues were discussed. The Saudi ambassador assured the minister that Saudi government will provide all possible cooperation to Pakistani pilgrims during Hajj. On the occasion, the minister vowed to continue the mission of his predecessor, late Mufti Abdul Shakur, and provide best facilities to Pakistani Hajj pilgrims will be his priority. Minister for Climate Change Sharif Rahman says scores of initiatives are being taken to make Pakistan a climate-resilient country. She was virtually addressing a meeting of the ministers and representatives of the concerned agencies of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member countries. Giving details of some of the initiatives, Sharif Rahman said National Hazardous Waste Management Policy is being finalized to play a responsible role for meeting its international commitments. She said Pakistan is also introducing the plastic regulations at the federal level to reduce plastic consumption. The minister said 5,000 green jobs have been created for the indigenous community in the protected areas, and under this initiative, 7,500 kilometers of land will come under protection. At the United Nations, Pakistan has drawn the attention of the world towards adverse impact of climate change on it, resulting in declining agriculture production. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, during a discussion organized by Food and Agriculture Organization in New York, said Pakistan suffered one of the worst climate crises last year, including a spring heat wave damaging crops followed by unprecedented summer floods. He said the floods inundated 4.4 million acres of standing crops. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly denounced the imposition of curfew-like situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in the name of security for G20 event scheduled in the last week of May in Srinagar. In a statement in Srinagar, the APHC spokesman said the Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government has kept the entire Kashmiri population under military siege, where people are not allowed to even perform Laylatul Qadr prayers with freedom. China has shown willingness to help facilitate peace between Israel and Palestine. In a telephonic conversation, Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang told his Israeli and Palestinian counterparts that China encourages both sides to show political courage and steps taken to resume peace talks. In Sudan, the warring parties have agreed to a 24-hour ceasefire to evacuate safe passage of civilians. The power struggle between the army and the paramilitary forces have claimed at least 185 lives till now. Meanwhile, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held separate talks with the army chief and the head of the opposing paramilitary unit. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind and thunderstorm is expected in upper and central Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. However, heavy rainfalls and hailstorm is also likely in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the forecast period. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News of